It all began on the shores of a remote island where the captain and his pips had swam to. Just a few more pulls, you lazy crew. We're almost there. My back is killing me. Oh. Look at all the water and the rain! We've not had rain before, I think. Oh, what a brave man. He had convinced a few fellow fishermen to join him on his journey. This is it. This is the place I've been searching for. We must stay here and make our new home. I hope that this new life will bring us all the peace and prosperity we've been seeking, my friends. Quite. Quit complaining and get to work, you scallywags. We've got a village to build and a new life to create. They started working right away, using the skills they had honed on the seas to create a thriving community on land. Oh boy. Oh my gosh, there's lightning! Hello everyone and welcome to our latest adventures here in DotAGE, where we are now stepping onto the shores of the island of Ahoy there, which is of course the name. I thought about calling it Land Ho, but I think Ahoy there or Avast would be good names, and I think Ahoy there kind of fits our captain that we have as our newest elder. Oh my gosh, the lightning is going to startle me so many times. As our newest elder, who is beginning a new journey here in DotAGE, which, if you can't tell by now, and if the past few months haven't revealed, I'm completely obsessed. And it's also quite fun to see what the heck our poor patrons get up to as we toss them into village after village, the last two of which have both died. But I'm sure that even though we're playing on a hard difficulty on a completely new setting with completely new research trees to study, I'm sure there's nothing we need to worry about, right? Oh dear. Okay, well, let's go ahead and take a little peek-see at the research tree before we pick where we're actually going to place down our town hall. And I will say outright that there have been a lot of tweaks and changes to what we call the balance of the game. In other words, how hard the different difficulties are, how strong the different domains are, how many resources the different buildings give, how they get activated, where they are on the research trees. Those are all considered balance changes. And I was excited when I saw the log for the balance changes. And then I kind of went, oh, because the balance changes made it harder. And yeah, we're still in hard difficulty. I'm rolling up my sleeves. I'm still toasty from losing our village of downhill one way. But, well, I guess toasty is ironic considering that it was the cold death of the universe that sort of ended them. But still, didn't see that coming. But still, we are going to rise to this challenge. And we are going to show this island and the domains that come to threaten us that even if we are perhaps former pirates, no doubt, from, the Baby Zertle Island on our zoo crafting adventures, because why not? Even though we may be former pirates, we're going to be able to take to these seas and kick butt. So, let's see. And again, also the research tree is randomized every time among a certain set of options. Every time we set foot in a new land. So this is not going to be exactly the same as our previous research trees, and it may have things that we have unlocked in other areas. So those are both very important things to keep in mind. So this time around, I'm going to check before I decide where to put the town hall down so that I can realize like, oh, that's how we need those resources, and oh, that's why we need to be close to this or that. Yeah, if you can't tell, I'm toasty. I've got my hair up in a bun on top of my head, and that means I'm serious. My hair goes down to my knees, so trust me, it takes me a minute to get my hair into a bun. And yes, it's very heavy. It feels like having a crown or something on my head, but that just goes to show you how serious I am. So let's do this. The water that we can gather is actually going to be from wells this time, so it's not going to be from mountain springs, and it gets twice the amount of water during water events. Do we have any ground? We do have spots of groundwater. So right here, I think we would get like 2 times from the rain and 1 to 2 times from this being underground water. That's what that little splashy puddle means. See? I have learned from our previous expeditions. There's another splashy puddle. There's another one. I don't like how this ground is like dead, because that means that you can't grow stuff on it, I bet. Makes sense for it being an island, I suppose. So far, the area that the pips are lingering around over here seems kind of nice, because we've got rocks, we've got copper, we've got kind of a bit of ocean that we might be able to work with. So let's see what we have. After seeds, and I can't really like look at what these, oh, I can! Oh, we can have a medical herb field. Wonderful. It's only good to harvest from during summer and autumn, but I would really like to survive. And then this is the squeezer that gives us water from fruit. And you need a fisher for that. So I wonder if freshwater might become an issue that we want to keep in mind. There's also going to be barley so that we can mill it into bread, as well as go ahead and put it into a still so that we can get some delicious apple juice, because like beer's not, yeah, ugh. Like apple juice, that's the way to go. Hey, and some of our new things, the campfire. So we can get the campfire, which is new to us. We unlocked it with the shaman last time. And that will actually give us a lot of fish and a lot of heat. And I'm suspecting that we're going to need to do a lot of fishing potentially. But yeah, okay, we do have splashy splash fish in a lot of different areas. So apparently we can also just walk through the shallower water, I guess. That's fine. I mean, maybe they're pirate sailors. They know what they're doing. I can't judge. Let's see. So that's how we can go ahead, and that's how we can get some of our water and some of our food. Because it looks like we've got carrots and we've got onions for winter, which no longer produce nearly as many onions as they used to, which makes me sad. And that, and a plum tree. Plum tree is good during spring and summer. So all those things are worth keeping in mind. And then there's also the fish. And it looks like we can have, is that going to be, so pigs, can we have sheep again? Is that, so we can have a rabbit shearer, and we can have, yeah, we can have a sheep pen again. We can get milk, and we can get a whole bunch of the wool from the sheep pen. And boy, did we learn that we needed the wool desperately last time. That's why we died. We froze to death. Well, the whole universe did. So technically, not entirely our fault. There's also cloth maker, the tannery if we wanted to go a different route. And then we've got the loom for being able to make the fine tailor who will make the blankets. Still a little salty about that. We may have a lot of blankets to wrap up in because maybe our captain happens to have a bias towards wanting to stay warm this time for no reason. And the kitchen now doesn't produce quite as much food for our leisure class, our buy your cheese class, as it used to, according to the patch notes, but it is there. And yes, I frantically read through the patch notes because this time around, we need to be ready. It's a fan! So +2 during wind events, and it needs to be around flat surfaces, and an oil extractor. So if we have a raw fish maker, aka a fisher, within 1, then we will go ahead and get more oil. And the oil, how can we use the oil? Oh, it's the peace hut again. So the peace tent is actually one of the leisure things we can do. The festival, the knife juggler, the animal theater. This is the pub, the hearth. I think some of these might be similar or the same. There's the cloak maker. I wonder how we could use the oil. We need to keep an eye on that because I think we could use it for something really powerful at some point. Why can't, well, I wouldn't want to throw oil into a hearth. Maybe that's a bad idea. All right, and when it comes to education, totems again, what? Maybe we're like maybe we wrapped up that baby. We had that baby in the light who was the very last pit born and never even got to grow up. What if we kind of wrapped him up in some sort of boat and chucked him into the river like some sort of little floating baby in a basket, and that became one of our pips, and so that's why they know about like shaman things that you can research. I love that. That's very cute. Also, we're probably going to need to be careful with our forest. It just hit me. For our wood collectors, we'll have to see. Okay, a lot of this is very similar to what we had last time, except for the large buoy. Oh, the buoy expands where our town is. That's so cool. Okay, and the hemp collector would actually give us wood this time. Okay. And then we do have like cut forest, and it now produces cataclysm. So we would just need to have like a garden or two ready to go. That's so interesting. This captain actually has a lot in common with our last village for like research, except for some things. And I have a feeling we're going to unlock some other very interesting things as we progress. But first things first, where to put down our village? What are the first things that we would need? The first things that we could really do are research with the bunnies. But I don't know if the captain, maybe he'll let one person become a druid and kind of roll his eyes at it. I feel like he would really prefer to maybe write things down in a captain's log. So then we would want a paper maker. And the paper maker and the scriptorium are happiest if they're next to a wood maker. So I think we'll focus on that. We'll focus on trying to get a knife juggler to make paper as quickly as we can with the totems. Let's see. So we want to be close enough to some animals and fish count to be able to get a little totem bonus. We want to be close enough to trees, a goodly number of them, that we will be able to harvest from them. There's a lot of trees down here, but apparently we can't reach it for some reason. I think maybe we need to be next to like these berry bushes because the berries allow us to have babies. And then we also want to make sure, yeah, so there's food. There is a bunny. There's a fish. There's a cow. I wonder if down here might be best for the town center, because then we would be close-ish to fish, and we would be next to some woods, close-ish to rocks, ish to like some copper things, and also up against the forest, which I think is going to be more important than not. Then maybe we could get like the druid tucked up here with these fish for a little while, at least until we need the scriptorium, and then I think we might boot the druid to like talk with these sheep or something, and you know, go ahead and maybe put a fisherman down by the fish. Okay, let's do this. Was that the right decision to make? Who knows? Good luck, us. Let's see. So we can have a thinker's post. So we can have a thinker's post before we can have like the scriptorium. So I think I'm going to banish a thinker, maybe over here. All right, one of you get to work on this thing. Where are all of you? And we'll have to give everybody names before the end of the day too. Very exciting. And then we'll have the other pips. Oh my gosh, we can have cabins again. That's such a nice, well, I guess this time around it wouldn't matter if we had hides because we're not with the shamans, but still. That actually would be quite lovely to have a few cabins scattered about so that some of our piplings can go ahead and begin to, you know, access other areas. Or do we want signs? We might want buoy? I have to research the signpost? Oh, but I can build a little buoy. Oh, that's really cute. I wonder if we can like someday do ships or something along those lines, because that would be really useful, wouldn't it? And look, now I can have a little buoy over here. Sure, that's adorable. I'll take it. Can I have one over here yet? No, and I can't have a sign yet. But what about over here? I don't know what good that would do me. I guess I could put the totem up there easier. Okay, let's build a little buoy over there too. That's adorable. I like it. Also, oh, food. That's true. Once we put the buoy over there, we can reach the fish. I guess we could reach this fish too. All right, so let's see. Fishing post. Wait, how much food do we have? Oh, we have bread. Boy, I'm gonna just like forget to feed everyone and be really sad about that. And we would need planks to be able to put down these wooden piers. It is worth it to note that we do have a few planks to start with. So that's useful. And maybe that means we can go around some of the mountains instead of have to go through them to access stuff down here. And there's that big water boost area that we might want to go ahead and work towards. See, I'm really putting a lot of effort into giving it a good funk this time. Let's see. So that said, fishing post, does it get any kind of boost? It just needs fish within 2. And if we upgrade said fishing post, does that mean we see? I think everyone's bored of the captain like muttering to himself by now. But look, we gotta do it. Let's see. So it's an upgrade, and then I think it gives you 1 day equals 3 fish versus 3 days equals 3 fish. Okay, note to self, upgrade the fisher's hut ASAP and or get some fields down. I don't think we have any. Yeah, we don't have any fields. Oh boy, okay. This is gonna be a little more interesting than I thought. I'll go ahead and put the fishing post right here, right here. This is not close enough to the fish, so I'll put it right here for now. All right, everyone. We have work to do if we want to survive. Oh, and I guess we can eat these berries if you want to be boring about it, but we have some hard bread left over from the ship, no doubt a little moldy. But we gotta do what we gotta do. And let us welcome in the first of our piplings with the sacred Patreon names from our patron list, from the people who make all of these adventures possible. And we're going to go ahead and we are going to begin with someone that we ended with, because it is indeed not the nicest that the light ended up basically dying as a child. And I love the idea that the reason we have some of the druidic things and some of the research from last time is because maybe there was just one baby who managed to survive the death of the universe somehow. I don't know. Maybe, you know, like rabbits are supposed to appear out of hats, and, you know, like, I was going to say Peter Rabbit, but I'm actually thinking of like Alice in Wonderland. Maybe there's some sort of interdimensional travel between bunny warrens, the way there is with cats. And so maybe that's how the light got here. Lucky rabbit's foot, right? It'd be kind of ironic if they literally had a rabbit's foot as a foot, but we're not playing Wildermyth. All right, and then we are going to welcome in none other than Taste the Rain Glow, which I cannot put in. So how about Taste the Rain? Welcome. I think that that is the perfect name for a pipling born into a village on the water and waves. And then we have Mal Beloved returned once more to our villages along with Honeymint. Welcome, my friends. Some of you have been in our previous villages, and I do hope that your fate will end better like this time. All right, up we go. Oh, wet? Oh no, being wet might be a bad thing. Uh-oh. How's it going? Oh! Is that meditation? That's so cute! Oh my gosh. I will take like our little piplings meditating. That's adorable. Neat! Tiny little micro events like that. A+. Thank you, Honeymint. Maybe you also are learning of things. And what happens if you're wet? Like, I assume something not good, but I just want to like double, triple check. Pip elements. Oh my gosh. I feel like the most not really stressed but slightly frantic god looking over my piplings, like flipping through the manual of like, wait, what does it mean when my little followers are wet? Let's see. Humid in these parts, the pips tended not to change their shirts, each having a favorite. That's the way it was. So it's an effect. I wonder if it affects anyone strongly, though. We'll have to find out. But all right, we're going to allow the light to do a bit of research, and that itty bitty bit of research is actually going to be on, I think, okay, we do need to eat. Like, that's kind of a thing. How about on the campfire? That's gonna take a few days, but I'm hoping it's gonna be worth it. And so let's get the campfire down, because also being wet sort of sucks. Let's put down a nice a nice area to chop down some wood. Let's have somebody gather some of these wonderful berries. And then once we have enough wood, we shall build ourselves something else. I'm thinking I do want to leave that room for the druid totem, but I'm also side-eyeing it potentially for our future fishers. But I think we're gonna... Literally the words "gonna be okay" lodged themselves into my throat and would not come out. But you know, you hope that the universe would reward the depth of effort I have just given in trying to think through how to actually take good care of my pips, with actually helping me to take care of my pips. You would think that, you know, we'd be rewarded for those efforts, but I guess we're gonna just have to go ahead and see. But alright everyone, thank you so much for joining us on these adventures. If you would like to join us on this and literally thousands more, well, I hope you're ready to set sail for the high seas. And also, I'm sorry, little fishies. I'm probably gonna need to be careful about how many fish we harvest too, so that we don't like run out of them in a spot. Oh geez. Oh, this is, okay, maybe I should have people picking apples. But alright, I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye. Okay. Okay. Pretty sure I can do this. Right. Right. Yeah. At least it's gonna be a nice story. There's that. There's that.